Hello my lovelies, hello wedge shaving community. Thank you for popping back into my little corner of the internet. I really appreciate every single comment, every single like and every single view. So here we go. Today is going to be haven't used this for a long time, I noticed, the ATT Above the Tie Calypso. In it I have the Dorco Titan in it on its third use now. Where is it? Yes, third use. And the soap I'm using is Stirling Scots Pine Sheep, and I really like it. It's a mutton tallow, by the way, and the scent is very mild. It's a very mild scent to me. I'm not sure I'm completely picking up all the pine that I should be, because I have a defect when it comes to pine scents. I can't always smell them. So, and well, to me it's a mild scent, maybe it is not. So I'm using the Yaqi 24mm Galaxy, a beautiful brush, and this is the flat tip. I know it doesn't exactly look like a flat tip, but it is a lot flatter than the bulb. So that's what I'm using. And here we go. I'm just going to squeeze it out a little bit, and I'm using my Woodhead Scuttle, and I'm just going ahead with this. Right. I love the mutton tallows. If you've seen my Lather lab on the mutton tallows, then you will know that there is a difference, because I tested out what the difference is between the beef and the mutton, and I do think the mutton is that tiny bit more superior. However, it does have a little bit of a distinct scent on its own. So maybe not to your flavor, your mileage may vary on this. So, but I really do like it. I love the feel of it. I think it gives a really special post-shave feel as well. Oh look, and look how this lathers up. And I only used what was left in the brush on water. I haven't added any water to this yet. But I'm going to have to now, so that I get the full sheen on this. Here we go. But I don't think I've even got a scuttle that's big enough. Look at it, it's going everywhere already. I know I haven't done a bowl lathering for ages, but if you want to see a bowl lathering, I have done bowl lathering in Lather Lab, and also scuttles, how to use vintage scuttles. So check that out, because I know I'm not doing it on every video now, because it just takes so long to do. As in, not so long to do, but you know, it gets a bit boring if every video is the same, doesn't it? Right, let's wet the face. I have warm water today, wearing my Poppy Remembrance Sunday. And for once I got my video in the morning. And for you guys and girls that are waiting for a hair video, what do you think about my hairdo today? Do you want to see this? If yes, give me a comment below how I did this. Right, let's go. Because I know there's been quite a few waiting for another hair video, and I was going to do a 40s hairstyle. But I must say I haven't, when I say practice, I don't mean practice, you know, I can do it, don't need the practice for that, but if you're doing it on camera, you want it nice and neat. And that takes a bit more time, because you really got to be supple enough, and even if you can't really see what you're doing, you need to be able to feel it. So I need to do a hairdo most probably 2 or 3 times before it gets to that stage that I can show it on video, unless you're not so fussy. And I can do it on the, what I call the doll, as in the, you know, the hairdresser's head, the doll. So give me a comment below if you wouldn't mind if I do it on the doll, because then I can show it on the doll, which is a lot easier. But having said that, if I show it on the doll, then it's not so easy to replicate yourself, is it? So there's also that to it. Oh, can you hear the feedback? Most probably not, because I'll have music most probably on. I don't think, no, I'm not going to do music today. I can hear such a good feedback. This is a super mild razor. And I've noticed a lot of shops now have gone off the flavour of above the tie. Not stocking them anymore. Which is really, really sad. Because they are such a good make. And they're really, really quality. I don't understand why people have gone off. Maybe it's a price thing, they're not cheap. Maybe it's a price thing, but having said that, there are other brands that people buy that aren't cheap either. So, I don't know. Well, James's father was in Burma. He got the Burma Star. So if anyone knows about Burma and how it was then, it was actually horrific, and they didn't get back home for the day that the war stopped. It was about 3 months later. It took them 3 more months to get back home. And James' father, thank goodness, left behind his diaries of that time with a lot of also nice stories, not just the harrowing things. But I just want to relate, not even the full story, but 2 remarks he made. And that is, of course, you mustn't forget, in those days flying was not the done thing. That was very unusual. Most people couldn't afford to fly. So when they got on the plane to go to Burma, that was those soldiers' first flight ever. And can you imagine how frightening that alone must have been, in these huge carriers, sort of just being taken off after days and days being on the train, you know, prior to that getting to the airport where they're then going to fly over. And anyway, they made stop at an American air base to fuel up, and he said, his remark was, he had the best ever coffee he had tasted. Now, I thought it was quite an odd thing to say, because I thought, you know, tea is the common thing, number 1 here in UK, and number 2, everything was already on ration, so I don't even think they had coffee before that. So I thought it was quite an odd thing to say, although maybe they did, I don't know. Do you know whether the British had coffee as a normal drink here in the UK prior to the 40s, where it wasn't only, you know, not exclusive, but like a high-end item. Well, so that was one thing he said, which I thought was, you know, something that I'd never thought about. But those are the little things that kept them going. Same like he said, it always lifted the troops up when they had been out to do their work, whatever their job was for the day. And it wasn't always just killing the Japanese, no. Sometimes it was chopping the jungle down for days on end to make paths and mundane things as well. And he said it always, the best part of the day was to get back and to have a cup of tea. And I suppose most probably you're then so grateful that you've made that day, that most probably, and that you know, having something hot and warm in your stomach, because I don't know, we know that they were very short of food and they didn't have many food supplies. They ran out quick, and when they didn't run out, then they also caught all sorts of things like dysentery. So often they couldn't even eat even if there was food. So I suppose that must have been very comforting and, you know, some sort of memory, let's put it that way, a memory or reminder of more normality that everyone seeks when times get bad. Isn't it the same right now with us and COVID? You know, there are little things that we didn't appreciate as much before, and now all of a sudden we think about it. Well, this is super smooth. Obviously I took the very mild razor today because I only shaved yesterday. I'm going to put on my Aloe toner, balancing toner mixed with activator. Oops. Yeah, so I thought that was a rather interesting bit in his diary. I haven't had the okay from James to impart with any other personal stories, so I won't, because they are rather personal. But yeah, there you go. You know, you don't think about these little things. And to finish off the shave and have a lovely scent for the day, because Scots Pine Sheep is, as I said, rather weak. The scent has already gone. So I'm going to put on some Aloe Gentleman's Pride. Has no alcohol. It's an aftershave balm. Very touching stories in there. When his father came back from the war, it didn't take. Well, he was very, very ill. He also had lost a lot of weight. Like most people that went to Burma, they had lost half the weight. So if someone walked in with 14 stone, they were down to 7 by the time they got back. I lost my thread, what I was going to say. Oh yes. So by the time he got back, he wasn't that healthy anyway. But he died a few months later with cancer. So, I don't know, I suppose all that shock to the system, as in the body system now, I'm talking about, must have accelerated whatever was going on there. So, Remembrance Day, not only for those that are in the UK I remember everybody in every war, because every life lost is a sad thing. But sometimes wars are necessary. And I don't know, as long as there are humans on this earth, I don't think there will ever be complete peace. Not of free will anyway, because most people can't even be peaceful with one's own family members, never mind in a bigger sense. So I will love you and leave you with love and light in my heart, actually. And I am missing you already, and I will see you next week with a new week of soaps. And then I will most probably get back to Stirling again, because I have quite a few more Stirlings to show. So see you soon, and I'm missing you already. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Bye bye.